After talking about cryptocurrency in one of our sessions at the end of the week, there was a bit of a request for me to talk about cryptocurrency. So that's actually what I'm going to do today. First of all, a word of warning. I am not a financial advisor, and none of what follows should actually be taken as financial or investment advice. The best advice with cryptocurrency is that you should only ever invest in it if you're prepared to lose everything. So, right, now we've got the legal warnings out of the way. Cryptocurrency has been around in various forms since 2009. The first one being Bitcoin, which I'm guessing that most of the people here will have heard of. And you've also got some other ones there that have been around for similar amounts of time. So Litecoin, Ripple, Ethereum's been around for a bit as well. Solana, Polkadot, but there's absolutely loads of these. You're pretty close to having a different type of cryptocurrency for every day of the year if you wanted to. So, first of all, going to look at how things actually work with blockchain-based currencies. So, on the left here, you've got a traditional financial transfer from the sender to the recipient. So you'll probably log onto your bank website to do this. They'll perform some sort of verification on what you're trying to do, and they'll transmit the payment to the recipient using some sort of mechanism such as faster payments, BACS, CHAPS or SWIFT. There are various payment networks, and it will possibly go through several intermediary organisations on the way. Each of those institutions in the chain will maintain some kind of record of that transaction having taken place, and also perform some verifications on it depending on their own requirements. That's similar if you were to spend money with a debit or credit card, although you also get some other bodies in there, such as acquirers and card processors. But the logic of it is more or less the same. With a crypto-based transaction, you transfer directly from the sender to the recipient without actually going through any intermediary organisations, at least most of the time. So how does it actually work? The key component of any cryptocurrency is a thing called the blockchain. I'm guessing that's probably a word that most of you have heard at some point or other. So what a blockchain is decentralized data storage with proof of integrity and immutability. Okay, so there were a lot of long words in that. So essentially, what it is, it decentralized. There's no one central record of everything. So if we go back to the example of a traditional financial transaction again, to some extent, your bank is a central repository of that information. With a cryptocurrency, that central repository doesn't actually exist. It's distributed between what are called nodes in the cryptocurrency network. Integrity, essentially, it's very, very difficult to change the blockchain without breaking it. I'd never say impossible, but it's certainly incredibly difficult to do because of the way the blockchain works. And also because of the decentralized nature of it, where multiple members of the network are holding copies of the complete blockchain, it works on the basis of consensus. So if one member of the network starts reporting something that is radically different to others, They will actually get picked out, and depending on the cryptocurrency involved, will probably get penalised for it as well, um, either financially or by getting kicked off the network for a period of time. It varies depending on the cryptocurrency involved. So, obviously, if we were doing that conventional financial transaction, my bank is going to make some kind of record of the fact that I've sent someone some money. So what happens in blockchain? As I said previously, the blockchain is decentralized. It doesn't. There's no one source of truth with blockchain. Lots and lots of people in the network have a copy of that complete blockchain. The blockchain actually containing, I missed a point earlier, what the blockchain actually contains is a list or a ledger of every single transaction that has taken place using that cryptocurrency. So no one node in the network has there is no single point of truth with cryptocurrency. Lots of people have the complete blockchain, and it works by consensus. So when we actually want to verify or record a transaction, what actually happens? So what happens is that the nodes in the network actually compete to earn the right to verify and record a transaction. That actually works in one of two ways, and again, different cryptocurrencies do it in slightly different ways. Excuse me. Proof of work is the original system that's used by Bitcoin. So essentially, what happens here is that there is a transaction that needs verifying and recording, and the nodes in the network compete to actually earn the right to do that. The way they do this with Bitcoin is that the nodes have to solve a complex mathematical problem, and the one who gets there first earns the right to verify and record it, and gets rewarded with a small amount of the cryptocurrency for actually doing that. Obviously, with that, the more computing power you can throw at it, the more chance you have of winning. And over time, it is discovered that the most cost-effective way of doing that is using the GPU chips that were often used in graphics cards, which at a few points in history has actually caused shortages of those chips, which is obviously not great. But the other thing is that you can actually use massive amounts of electricity doing that, because you need to be fast. This is why things called mining pools exist, because they allow people to pool their resources together and give the pool more chance of winning the competition. You've also got proof of stake, which is the system that's now used by Ethereum. What you do with proof of stake is that you basically hold or stake an amount of the currency, and the more you hold, the higher your chance of winning the competition. The entry point with Ethereum for doing that is 32 Ethereum, which today's exchange rate is about £57,000. So that's not really a realistic proposition for a lot of people. So once again, you actually get staking pools that people operate, so you can get into that with less than £57,000 to spare. Those are really the main two systems. And this is actually what mining is, if you've heard the term mining in relation to cryptocurrency. What you're actually doing is verifying and maintaining the blockchain, and for doing that, you actually get paid a small amount of that cryptocurrency. So where do you keep cryptocurrency? Cryptocurrency is kept in a wallet, strangely enough. Um, and there's a whole variety of these things around. I mean, essentially, they are small bits of software for PCs, Mac, Linux, iOS, or Android, um, or they are an online service. Word of caution here, and the term wallet is very appropriate here, because if you choose one that isn't an online wallet, you do run the risk of losing your money if the device is stolen or lost, just like a real wallet. There was a well-publicised case a few years back of someone who lost several £1 million worth of Bitcoin when he threw away an old hard disk from his computer. Excuse me. Online wallets are operated by companies like Crypto.com, Coinbase, absolutely loads of them out. These actually hold your money online, so they're a little bit more like a bank account in that respect, and you're not going to end up losing your money if you lose your device. And they often provide you other options, such as being able to exchange cryptocurrencies for other cryptocurrencies, or being able to exchange them for real currencies, or lending your cryptocurrency to other people. More of which in a moment. So, how can you actually make money with crypto? So you can buy cryptocurrency. Any of those exchanges like cryptocurrency or Coinbase will actually allow you to buy cryptocurrency using a credit or debit card. You can hold on to that and hope to sell it at a higher price than you actually bought it for. Conceptually, that's not really that much different to buying shares, or any number of other financial instruments, although the value of crypto is somewhat more volatile. So, it's more risky in that respect. You can actually set up and mine cryptocurrency, either in your own right or as part of a pool. You'll get rewarded for that verification and add it to the blockchain. You're not going to get rich quick doing that. And depending on how you do it, the entry costs can be high. With the proof of work system that Bitcoin and others use, you're likely to end up with a very large electricity bill. And one of the things that has happened recently, although you don't see it, is that there have been some people who've bypassed electric meters to do this. Much like people do to run cannabis farms, and there've actually been some prosecutions on that. Some of the exchanges actually allow you to run peer-to-peer lending to other investors. So, I mean, effectively, you're lending your cryptocurrency to them and charging them interest. It's completely unregulated, and of course, you do run the risk of the borrower not paying it back. And the final one is trading using CFDs. CFDs are contracts for difference. Essentially, what they are is a type of spread betting. You're betting on the exchange rate, usually between a cryptocurrency and a physical currency like the US dollar or the euro. The advantage of doing that is that you can actually make money on a falling market with those. You're not reliant on the value of the cryptocurrency going up as you would be if you bought and held the cryptocurrency. But like crypto itself, they can be very, very volatile, and you either need to be incredibly quick-witted or use some kind of automatic algorithmic trading system. So, yeah, there is my brief tour of cryptocurrency. I think we've possibly got a little bit of time left there if there's any questions.